Welcome to my studio. Thanks for dropping by. In this video, I will be sharing my first impressions of the Derwent Lightfast Color Pencils and the Fabriano Black paper. This is not a sponsored video, so these first impressions are my own opinion and experiences. Be sure to keep a lookout for a more in-depth product review on both items after further testing at a later date by subscribing and hitting the bell notification so you get notified as soon as it comes out. First, let's talk paper. For this product, I use Fabriano Black drawing paper. It is 300 GSM or 140 pound, which is a particularly good, sturdy paper. It is available in 20 sheet pads of various sizes. I used the larger page, measuring in at just over 11.5 inches by 16.5 inches. One of the important things to note about this paper is I do find it to be one of the truest, blackest papers so far. Some of the black papers may lean more towards red, blue, or even gray. This paper seems to have a good balance of a neutral black color. This paper also has good tooth on back and front, but I find that the front is more desirable to work on for my techniques. Also, the color does not shift from front to back like some other papers. Now, let's move on to the pencils. The pencils used on this project are the recently released Derwent Lightfast pencils. I was a bit skeptical since when the Pro color was released, I gave those a go and I was quite disappointed in them. However, that was not the case with these. I was pleasantly surprised by the quality and consistency of these pencils. They all have excellent Lightfast ratings and are available in various sets from 12 to 100 in metal tins and select sets in wooden boxes. One thing that did drive me a bit crazy was the colors of the pencils did not match the colors of the pencil cores. I know not to rely on those colors, however, having them close would be nice. Many of the differences had to do with the saturation. Some pencil cores were much lighter than the actual color represented on the end of the pencil. That being said, there were a few colors that weren't even close. The laydown was quite smooth, creamier than say Luminance, but not as soft as Pablo. Maybe a tad bit harder than Polychromos. When I did some tests of these pencils, I found them to be more of a semi-opaque pencil for several of the colors. I would consider them a lovely balance between Luminance and Polychromos as far as opacity. I actually had a completely different project picked out for this paper, but because of the semi-opacity of these pencils, I decided to change it up and get a subject that was better suited for these pencils. Really, you don't notice it as much on white paper, but you can really see the nature of the pencils on the black. That brings us to how these two products work together. They were actually quite nice. I was able to achieve many layers on this paper without even flattening the tooth. I did not use OMS on the project, so for first impressions, I'm not sure how it would handle that. I will have that in my full product review, however. The white was quite bright on this black paper. It also worked great as an underlayer to brighten up the darker, more transparent colors to create more of a saturation in those areas. As this is a common practice when working on black paper, some whites work better than others, and this one works beautifully for that purpose. The pencils also blend quite nicely, and I really didn't feel like I was fighting the paper or the pencils at any time. Even after burnishing several areas, the paper held up and I was able to add additional layers on top with a sharp pencil. So overall, my first impressions were quite good for both of these products, both individually and together. I am looking forward to further testing and giving you an overall rating and recommendation on these products. For now, they do look promising and something I could see myself incorporating into my work. Will that change after further testing? Well, that remains to be seen. Question of the day. Did you enjoy this first impressions video? Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see more videos like this with an in-depth product review in the future. I'm Wendy O'Brien. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on arting.